Okay, my name is Darryl Knudsen. I'm a project manager and I'm working on Tacoma Glass project.
I'm Joe Woolbert. I'm a superintendent, and I've been with Coast for about 10 years. I manage the subs and our crews, what we have going here, try to keep to the schedule, and that's about the size of it, yeah.
My day-to-day on this project is really varied, from site work all the way through to finishes. A lot of what I do is follow the subs that come on site and make sure they're performing their duties as we've written their scopes to perform.
Learning more about how things needed to work for them, not being in the glass industry, to try to make sure that they were in the end getting what they wanted and needed.
I work with our superintendent pretty closely about how everybody's doing and managing Coast employees on site, and do the scheduling and call and talk to subcontractors, the suppliers, and make sure everything's everybody's on track.
This is the Tacoma Glass Burlington manufacturing facility.
Tacoma Glass is a manufacturing facility that fabricates glass.
And it's a concrete tilt-up. It's about a 5-acre job site.
It's 100,000 square foot of warehouse, and then there are two-story offices. The building was built as one big concrete tilt-up building, and then it had a demising wall, which was also a concrete panel. There's cranes, there's 3 bridge cranes in the building, and then there are two large doors that connect the 2 functions, Tacoma Glass and then National Glass.
All right, we got the entrance to the Tacoma Glass here, the national office here. And then we've got the warehouse entrance for the national department here. And then you got the electrical room here. We can get a look at it from the inside. And then the data and Ziply and all that coming in here. And of course that goes up into there and then out to the offices. Yep, nice and clean. Trash enclosure. Working on the top course of gravel for the paving. Then we got a truck ramp here that we poured last week, and I'm getting ready to put the dock leveler on there. And then here they're welding the supports on for this dock leveler here. So yeah, then over here we're laying the fabric and putting the base course of rock down and compacting, getting ready for the pavers to come in and put the top course and fine tune it. We're putting the fabric down to bridge the material. There was a lot of clay on the site down low, and then when we filled it up, we were having issues with water seeping up into it and ruining the compaction. So this makes it, spreads everything, bridges it really well. Just a little added insurance, make sure we get the good paving. Then we've got planters over here, island planters. Then this here is the Tacoma Glass's office here. Yeah, we'll go over here and we'll hit up the fire riser room real quick. So yeah, you got the fire department hookup here and the fire alarm and such. Right there.
Well, so one of the biggest challenges we had on that site was the water. We did a lot of pumping water.
Well, the weather was a pain. Yeah, we were pretty wet winter, and the site held a lot of water, and that was pretty troublesome.
And we had our crane columns were in 8-foot deep holes. So all of these columns, anytime we had to work on these columns and getting them ready to get set, we had to pump the water out. 2-3 hours later, you go back and there's already a foot or 2 feet of water in there. So
when that happened, you know, we kind of had to schedule slipped, and we had to wait for things to dry up and be appropriate to continue on with the site work. We got it dried in pretty quickly as far as the building itself, but then there's a lot of tracking the outside in. That's been a pain. And then other than that, it happens that a lot of glass manufacturing equipment is made in another country. So we've had Italian folks, Chinese, Brazilian, and now this machine, a Lamy oven over here, where they laminate the different glass and put the gases in it. That fella's from Barcelona, Spain. So we've had quite a few different crews on the site. It's kind of a worldwide operation. But yeah, like I said, that's Italian machinery. Then the IAMS was South American, and then the tempering oven was from China. So then with that, you have language barriers and scheduling conflicts when the folks are coming from around the world. Try to be ready for when they get here, which would be one of the challenges with the job, was getting all the scheduling with people that aren't even in the country, let alone people that are just from the other side of the country. But all in all, they've all been pretty good to work with.
Tacoma Glass is a manufacturing facility. It's split between Tacoma Glass and National Glass. Both are underneath the same company.
From my understanding, the national side is more of a distribution. Like they wholesale the sheets of glass, but they also sell units of windows and whatnot.
National Glass deals with receiving and shipping of bulk glass.
But they do not actually produce the finished windows. That's all the Tacoma Glass.
And Tacoma Glass does the actual fabrication.
And then they bring the sheet goods here and cut them and make the different tempering and polishing, and there's quite a few different kinds of glass evidently. And then they do the actually make the window packages, because a lot of these windows are straight glass for like commercial application, where it would go into the storefronts and things like that. And then they'll use the loading dock for smaller semi trucks with trailers for shipping out like the finished window products, because they make curtain walls and storefront windows, so windows without frames, and then they make framed windows also. So we'll head into the warehouse here to the production of the glass. All right, so here we have the IAMS water treatment center, and it's for them to recycle the water off of all of this cutting and polishing of the glass that is going to be set up here. There'll be two more gantry cranes like this next to it, 3 in total, and this is a CMS machine, which is basically a glass CNC cutters, and this one's new. The other ones are coming from the Burlington facility, so they're not here yet. We did all this trench drain, which will capture the water. It'll go through this filter into this holding, and then it'll go into this tank, I believe is how it goes, and then it pumps through these, filters out the silica, and it goes over there into a press, and then it's just thrown away from there. And they're supposed to be able to use this water for like 6 to 8 months. So it's quite a savings for them. Then here is the tempering oven system here, which goes pretty much almost all the way over to that man door. It's pretty big. And this right here is the blower room. It's for the tempering ovens. They heat up the glass and then they use air to cool it, and that's what actually tempers it. And there's big blowers in there. We can get a look at it from the inside. And then we'll go in here and I'll show you the blower room, which are pretty impressive. But yeah, the size of these motors and whatnot here, man. Pretty good, pretty big. I was told at their other facility they had these in the warehouse and it's extremely loud, so they've opted to try to get them out here in its own room to quiet it down a bit. But yeah, pretty impressive. Big guys here. Yeah. So then these get louver, they get screening and filters. And this is how it sucks air into this room, and then it'll go through the blowers. They're not windows, they're really like expanded metal mesh and fiber filter. Yeah, pretty big stuff. The majority of the manufacturing stuff is coming later after we're done, because they have to take it from the facility that's running and bring it over here and hook it up and get it going. And the national division is in Woodinville, and they have an antiquated warehouse and it's real small, and they're coming to take over that other side, which we'll look at in a minute. Hey Tony, are you able to run any of this? Can you run any of this for me so I can get it on video?
Okay, give me 5 minutes, please.
Okay. Yep. Couple minutes he'll get it moving. So what I understand here is they take the glass on this auto shuttle system that's from Italy. So they store the glass on these racks over here. Come over here, you can see it a little bit. We've got a bridge crane here, a 3-ton, and it's made to service this auto shuttle. And then this trolley system here comes along, and it's computer automated. It tells it what type of glass it needs, and it'll grab it and it slides that thing onto there, and then that'll move down there to where it then transfers the glass from there to the cutting table over there, all with air, vacuum. So by the sheet goes over there, and then it lays it down onto the table, and then it'll go over there and it'll be cut, and then it goes to the next table, which is a breakout table, which has air, and it basically comes up and snaps the cut glass, and then it'll go from there to this seaming machine, because they need to knock the burrs off of it or it explodes when it goes into the tempering oven. So that's kind of what we got going there.
How's it going?
Good.
I am supposed to be evergreen compressed air, put in an air tank.
Yes.
Can you point that out to me?
Yes, I can. Right over here. Yeah, they haven't been around in a couple days. Yeah. But we're over here with the tanks. He's an L&I inspector for boilers. Yeah. So we have a compressed air system. That's what all the blue pipe is, because there's a lot of the machines take air, water, and power to do what they do. All the big blue pipe, yep, that's air. They'll run down here, runs into here to operate this guy. Let's go over here and look at the national crane for a second. Now we've got the 2 5-ton cranes over here, which is the national division.
There's 3 bridge cranes in the building, and bridge cranes were fun to do.
They're gonna have a whole bunch of these red racks, similar to how this is set up right here. They'll drive a curtain truck in through the big doors, and then they'll offload it with this crane in these crated pallets and store them. Otherwise, this is a shuttle system over here, which is a manual one, similar to the auto shuttle, it's not automated. So those kind of slide in and out like a drawer into those blue racks. And that's how they store the glass once they open it up out of these. That's how it's shipped, is on that. Yeah, this will be a lot of storage. Evidently, their other facility is really small and they actually have to store the glass outside, which isn't optimal. So this is a big improvement.
I might run that one.
That's fine.
Right now I have that one.
Yeah. He's gonna run that crane over there. Yeah. He's got this one hooked up. Yeah, he's got to get the controller. Oh yeah, there it goes. Seems to move smooth. Cool. Thanks, Trey. And then this would be the warehouse gang bathrooms for this side. So you got a men's restroom over here. Yeah. And then you got the women's facility there. Come in here, we've got the heating people working on the heat. You got a janitor's closet, break room in here. They're gonna have the IT in the closet here. Commercial rubber stairs. And then a big open office up here for in the future expansion here. A couple bathrooms. Big view. Yeah, and over there we have a office for the floor manager on that corner over there. And we got Darryl and Ed. All right, well, we'll go over here. The electrical trees coming down with the air and the water and power is all for future machine centers that are going to be moving in here. And this will be pretty much open, so they would have the ability to drive a truck in and unload it with the 3-ton crane. Then you have the restrooms here for the warehouse on this side. The Tacoma Glass offices here. This big break room here. Office and open area. We're getting pretty close. We're basically down to owner punch list, and yeah, I'm supposed to be getting a plumbing final this week is what I was hopeful for, and then we'll be shooting for a temporary occupancy at the end of next week.
And we'll be doing final clean and punch list, and so we're about 2 weeks from getting TCO. That way Tacoma Glass can move in furniture in their office.
We're currently grouting and cleaning and sealing the warehouse floors. That's coming next, and then it falls on the owner is finishing up on all the equipment moving from the other facility to this facility. They've only brought in a certain amount of basically new to them machinery, and that has been a lot of coordination.
We've had really good subs, solid performance in a lot of areas. We're still paving right now. We've paved, it's going to be 2 lifts. We're going to need dry weather for the whole thing because we can't have any water between lifts. So we're watching the weather to see how well that will perform. And then the offices, we've just got some door jams that were delayed, and they're going to be here on Wednesday of next week. And then once the landscaping and striping and curbing and all the other details are done, they'll be able to get complete or total occupancy.
And then they're basically ready to move in.
It's nice to have a challenge. I really enjoy that. And you know, you're not doing the same old thing every day. So I like different and new and challenging, and all in all, it's been a fun project to be on. It's nice when it's done and you look at what you've done, and yeah, it's been a great project, really.